Hello there, and welcome to Cool Bitcoin, the show where I get to present you some very cool Bitcoin. And also, we get to take a look at stuff that you don't find anywhere else. And yesterday, I took advantage of the last day before the final release of Wasabi Wallet 2.0 to look at the final testnet release to see what's out there. I was able to crash the software on my laptop, and I also saw that they have some very cool feedback mechanism after you crash it. So today we're gonna see if I crash it on the final, not final, it's basically the first mainnet release. There's some guy, what do you call it? Cutting the grass, lowing them, what do you call it? I don't know. Anyway, it's noisy outside. I apologize for it. I should sound screen or soundproof my entire room. But it's been quite a day, and as you can see, if you go to wasabiwallet.io, the website has changed to fit the new logo. If we go to the Wayback Machine, and we're gonna go right now, so you can see that there's a difference between what the website used to look like and what it looks like today. I hope it's gonna load faster. And we're going to download Wasabi 2.0, which is the first mainnet version of the software. It's allegedly and admittedly not finished yet. There's always something to polish and there's always something to add. Just before getting on this live stream, I had an exchange on Twitter with Yuval. His name on Twitter is nothing much, or MHAGQNOACYFM0H5. That's actually his screen name on Twitter. And he's the creator of Wasabi, this whole protocol that lays at the foundation of Wasabi Wallet 2.0. He had some disagreements in terms of development with the current developers at Wasabi. He still believes that it's not finished, which is also something that Max admitted when I spoke with him today during the Twitter Spaces. And at the same time, he added that it's a lot better than Wasabi 1.0. And something else that I need to add is that I asked Max directly on record today, Max being the new CEO of the company, if there's any filtering of transactions. He told me that there aren't, and they haven't figured out how they're going to filter some transactions. They're still talking about potentially hiring some company to make a blacklist or whatever. So as of today, according to this latest release, there is no filtering of any transactions. Wasabi is just the way you used to know it. So if you want to CoinJoin with this new technology, I guess today and the foreseeable future until they announce some other arrangement is the best time to do it. So I mentioned that they changed their logo and they changed their website design. Now it's different. It defines privacy as your ability to selectively reveal yourself to the world. There is this short story about Orwellian surveillance, and Wasabi Wallet is programmed to be zero knowledge software. They don't collect any information about you. There's a screenshot of what the wallet looks like. There is this explanation on why you should use Wasabi Wallet. So the design, I guess, looks more futuristic here. And what I like is that they also have an M1 version for the wallet for the newer Mac OS computers. This is something very great because it's gonna be more stable. Previous versions were running on Intel emulation with Rosetta 2, which is used by Apple. So this is very great. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know how to put it, but today we're gonna use the Windows version, which is also like the native version, because as far as I know, Wasabi is developed on C#/.NET. So that's a Microsoft created environment for development. So we're going to download Wasabi on Windows and see what else is new, because yesterday we took a look at a 20-day-year-old release for the testnet, And today we finally have the mainnet release, and as far as I know, there has been no CoinJoin on the mainnet since the public release because there was not enough liquidity. I'm going to register some UTXOs from a wallet. I set up like $400 worth of Bitcoin that I'm willing to put into this CoinJoin, and I'm gonna see what happens. We're gonna put it on we're gonna put it on a blockchain explorer to see what it looks like on the open ledger. So the old interface for Wasabi was more basic, but I think I prefer this. It looks more clean, if that makes any sense. Even though it's basic and looks amateurish, I still like this. This looks more corporate, which I guess also corresponds to the type of audience that they want to have. They want to make CoinJoins more friendly and they want to make them become the norm. So if you want to make them become the norm, you don't want to exclude any kind of users. It's been downloaded. It's 83.9 megabytes in size. It says it's an executable file, and I might just install malware. I mean, I can also verify the installation. I can check the signature. Let's open it with Cleopatra. It's verifying the signature. Cleopatra is basically a PGP client for Windows. It's based on this visual interface. It created a signature and validated a certificate. So I have this ID, and if I want to verify the installation, I need to verify, where is it? Maybe it's in the file. So let me open this. Where is it? Not Pocket. This. Show in folder. And I need to take a look at this. Digital signatures. It's made by ZK Snacks SHA1 on a Wednesday, which is correct because today is Wednesday. But how do I find out more details like this? Advanced. Serial number. Which one is the signature which was generated here? X6FB. I should look for this somewhere. Maybe I can give them some feedback that it should be easier to verify the installation. Let's install it and figure out how to verify it afterwards. Maybe once we have the files installed on the computer, we're gonna have more information about the signature. I mean, that should definitely be the case. I have a confirmation here that it's version 2.0.0.0 and it's made by ZK Snacks. So this is good enough. And look, I also have information about the publisher's certificate. Okay. Details. So I can't, this certificate appears to be okay, according to the analysis done by Windows, whatever this is. This should be, in theory, fine, but it's not the OX whatever that I found there, so Maybe that I'm comparing the wrong metrics for verification. I'm gonna submit like a pull request to the Wasabi. Sorry. Okay. So I'm gonna submit like a pull request to the Wasabi developers that maybe they're gonna make verification easier. Let's open Wasabi Wallet 2.0 for the first time. Like, I did use beta versions, but it's not the same. Not beta in, I mean, this may be an alpha or beta or whatever, but it's the first one on the mainnet. And as you can see, I have wallet that I can recover. And I did set up a wallet prior to starting to record this because I did not want you to wait during the live stream for me to transfer Bitcoin into a wallet that I can try to use for CoinJoins. So I'm gonna go to import a wallet. Oh, not import, but recover a wallet. I'm gonna call it Cool Bitcoin. I cannot use spaces, so I'm gonna call it CBS. You know what CBS stands for. Continue. Recovery words in the correct order. Of course, you're not allowed to see this because there is actual Bitcoin in this wallet, but I can show you the first word and you can try to guess the remaining 11. So the first word is hour. And now I'm gonna do some wizardry to turn this off. You're gonna see my face. Let me enlarge my face on the entire screen while I'm at this. You're gonna see my face as I type in, and maybe you're gonna see, you know, the 12 seed words in the reflections in my eyes, if that's even possible. So let me type in the 12 words and then we're gonna move on. I'm actually curious to know what you think about this release. If you have any second thoughts about Wasabi, if you feel like they compromise themselves and stuff like that, just let me know. They were pretty open about the limitations in their philosophy today, but interestingly, there is no filtering in place right now. So that announcement was for many months from now into the future when they're gonna figure out the kind of arrangement that will please their new jurisdiction to not make them, you know. So I'm not a lawyer by any means. I did take a look at their legal agreement yesterday. But at the same time, and I'm speaking slowly because I'm recovering a wallet right here, so I'm typing the words. At the same time, you can listen to Max Hillbrand, and you're gonna see that he's pretty open about what they're going to do and what is on the roadmap. Today, there is no filtering, and for the foreseeable future, for the next couple of months, I guess, there's still nothing in place. If you want to experiment with this new CoinJoin mechanism, this is the best time of them all. Of course, don't use your entire stash or whatever. The next experiment that I want to do is to try to send some CoinJoin Bitcoin to an exchange. Or maybe more exchanges. And see how they react to that. I've typed the passphrase and I'm good to go. This is it. Now I can show you the rest of my screen. This is what privacy is about, right? Revealing only selectively what you want to show to the others. Let me minimize this, put it in the corner. That's me in the corner, that's me in the spotlight. Gaining some privacy. So I was able to ask Max Hillbrand, who once again will be the new CEO of Wasabi, what this is all about. You can minimize costs, you can maximize speed, or you can maximize privacy. If you choose maximize speed, this is not the middle ground. Maximize speed means that you want to get the CoinJoin done as fast as possible, regardless of the fees that you're paying. So, in some regards, maximize speed can be more expensive than maximize privacy because maximize privacy does more CoinJoin rounds, while maximize speed does them as soon as possible. Sometimes doing more CoinJoin rounds can be done, for example, throughout a week or something, and can be done optimally with lower fees. Whereas this one, maximize speed, is going to be done regardless of how expensive it is to trade on chain. There's also minimize costs, which I guess is going to be the most popular option. Not everyone has a lot of Bitcoin. And the good news is that Wasabi 2.0 is not charging small coin joins. The smallest amount that you can put into a round is 50 bits. 50 bits today is like $10, so that's affordable for pretty much everyone around the world. 50 bits is 5,000 satoshis if you are in the cult of Satoshi. But yeah, I'm gonna choose minimize costs because I'm not rich either. And let's see what's happening here. So the wallet has been added to Wasabi. I need to type in, let's see if, yeah, it's blinded. So I need to type in the wallet passphrase once again. And once again, I need to agree with the terms and conditions. This time around, it was last updated in 2022, actually today, the 15th of June 2022. And what really changed here, and this is exactly the same that used to be, we took some time to look at this yesterday, so nothing has changed in this regard. But if you go here to section 3 of the second chapter, prohibited activities and coin filtering, previously there was only prohibited activities and there was only this section, which was already there. But they added this: you agree that you will not engage in any of the following activities via the services, nor will you help or facilitate a third party to engage in any such activity, to gain unauthorized access to our coordinator, make any attempt to bypass or circumvent any security features, violate any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or court order, engage in any activity that is abusive or interferes with or disrupts our services. This is more like a disclaimer to not make Wasabi or ZK Snacks liable in the event that something happens. But there's also a section called coin filtering, which was not here before. And it's very vague up to this point. And it was this vagueness that made me think that, okay, they have not figured out any kind of arrangement yet. They are not working with any firm because it says it may execute illicit activity checking and control via contracted third party solely in its CoinJoin coordination services. ZK Snacks may suspend your UTXO's access to the CoinJoin services, so you will not be able to CoinJoin anymore. I just caught a mosquito. No, I haven't. Ugh. I'll try once again when I get the chance. So ZK Snacks may suspend your UTXO's access to the CoinJoin services with immediate effect for any reason, including but not limited to illicit or prohibited activities, applicable sanction programs, or any crime or money laundering activity, at its sole discretion, and is under no obligation to disclose the details of its decision to take such an action with you. In this case, you are not permitted to use the relevant / high risk Bitcoin UTXO to reach the CoinJoin services. Basically, Wasabi 2.0, when they implement the filtering, because it's not in place yet, as I mentioned like 3 times before, they are going to... I almost caught the mosquito. I'm not trying to change the subject here, but I have quite a few mosquitoes in my room, and if I don't slay them fast and I go to sleep, I'll not be able to sleep tonight. So I have to be proactive. So basically, Wasabi, the most they can do once they have this filtering is to display a message which says you're not allowed to use our service. And you're going to know that there must be something wrong with your UTXO if it could not be spent. You acknowledge that ZK Snack's decision to take certain actions, including suspending for any reason, at our sole discretion, may be passed on confidential criteria that are essential to ZK Snacks Ltd's risk management and security protocols. You agree that ZK Snacks is under no obligation to disclose the details to its risk management and security procedures to you. Your access with the relevant Bitcoin UTXOs to CoinJoin services will be permanently suspended. Sure, like they get to choose who's not allowed to use their service. So it's not like they have a bodyguard at the door and he has a list of people who are allowed in. It's just the blacklist of UTXOs that may have been used for human trafficking or whatever, for terrorism or something which is truly horrible. These people will not be able to join, and there's gonna be like a curator of that blacklist. If you cannot join, there's always another coordinator. There's always another service like Join Market. So you can even. Okay, what happened here? So did this crash or is it my laptop? I think my laptop just died. My laptop just died. It restarted. What the hell, man? Wasabi wallet crashed my laptop. This is interesting. Maybe I need to connect it to power or something. It might be a battery issue, but it seemed to have battery. So just in case, let me plug. I've just plugged the power adapter. This time I did not have to go under my desk. Yeah, so kind of sucks that this happened. Let's see if there's a crash report of sorts. Come on. The bad news is that once I open this, I'm gonna have to, I guess, once again type the wallet information unless it was saved. Let's see. Okay, so CBS is still here. I've already read the terms and conditions and explained what's different. So you can't say that I trust and did not verify. Now it needs to perform this action. But what about, how about it doesn't? Like, I have a full node, right? I synced it for the first episode of Cool Bitcoin Shit. So let's open the full node. Let's close Wasabi 2.0 for now. And let's let this one sync. Because if you have a node in the background, this is super useful. This is gonna save you a lot of time and a lot of headaches. Headaches. H's. How do you say it? Headaches. Aches. Very difficult word for me to pronounce. Aching. Head aches. Anyway, It's at 99.97%. It just needs to download 147 blocks, which is gonna be less than a couple minutes. Now it says that it's 20 hours behind, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna take 20 hours to sync. I have no idea, so I apologize for the crash or what happened to my laptop. I have no idea if it was Wasabi that crashed it or I had some sort of strange battery issue. I seem to have some battery. So, no idea. I'm gonna let this sync and then when I open Wasabi Wallet once again, it's gonna use this as opposed to download block filters, and it's the better setup. It's actually ideal that when you use Wasabi, you have your Bitcoin Core node in the background. Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait for it to sync Bitcoin Knots, KNOTS. It's a Bitcoin Core fork. Another mosquito. I caught this one. I gotta wipe my palms. So Bitcoin Knots is a fork by Bitcoin Core developer Luke Dash Jr. And it's maintained specifically for developers who need some extra features and functionality. And it's also the one that's being used by Wasabi 2.0. But I'm gonna use Bitcoin Core because I think it's more user friendly and you know, it's where it all starts. I spent about 24 hours syncing this node for the first time. I'm spending another 2 or 3 minutes right now getting it up to date since yesterday, but it's worth it. Self-validation, you can't put a price on this one. So it's syncing. I'm gonna check the chat to see if you posted any questions. It seems like there are 2 people watching on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching and for having an interest in this. So Silent Lamb explained to me that to verify the download, I need to click on signature next to download and send to an exchange that flags CoinJoins. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that at some point. Headaches. Dale B1. I hope it's B1 or B1. I'm not sure, but Dale explained to me how it's pronounced. And Silent Lamb says, much respect, Vlad. I'm up early. We'll watch the stream back tomorrow. Well, I'm doing something that I guess nobody else has done up to this point. Headaches. It's just that I know how it's written, right? So it's H's if I were to respect how stuff is usually pronounced. So CH is usually ch. Anyway, this synced. It's ready to go. Let's open Wasabi 2.0. You don't have to do this, but it seems like in this show I try to do some things very simply and then I complicate them. And I'm not sure if I'm to blame or I'm too paranoid or whatever, but I just try to do the best practices whenever I can. So sorry if it gets confusing. I just typed in the passphrase and now it should find my node. Let me move my head so you can see what's happening here. So you have this check mark here at the bottom and it says that Tor is running, which is always good. You should not operate Wasabi without Tor. The backend is connected, which means that it has at least one node, one Bitcoin node to which it's syncing, and there are 7 peers to which it connected right now. This is good. 9 peers. Come on, I hope it finds the node and it does the stuff instantly. Or at least a lot faster than it was. And then we're gonna see if I can join the first round. While I'm waiting, let's also look at the settings, see if anything has changed. You can opt to run Wasabi when the computer starts. There's dark mode and bright mode, which I dislike. There's run in background when window is closed, which is reasonable, especially if you want to do coin joins. Auto copy addresses. I still dislike that there's the option to disable Tor and terminate Tor when Wasabi shuts down. I don't think it's a good idea. Feed display unit, I don't like that they don't have bits yet, but I'm gonna have to do a lot of convincing work with Max, who is very much on the Satoshi side. Oh, it's on testnet. That's what the issue is. I have to put it on mainnet and I have to restart it. It's just that it took the same settings from yesterday's installation. So this is another issue because yesterday I had version 1.9, which was for the testnet, and today when I installed 2.0, it basically copied. Oh no. Oh no. I have to add the wallet once again to recover it. Not ideal, but this is cool Bitcoin shit. I just said shit. I was supposed to censor it, so let me play the bleeping sound. So I'm supposed to be hardcore about it, to do something cool. So once again, I'm very sorry, guys. I have to cover this so that you don't see the 12 words. You should always do this, regardless of what's going on. Now I need to type in the words once again. And I need to do the settings once again. It's just that I did it on the testnet and I did not even know it. That's why it was also slow with syncing. So 6 out of 12 have been written. As I explained yesterday, it's cool that you don't have to type the entire word. You just type the first couple of letters and then you scroll so that you pick it. If you have some keylogging software that's compromising your computer, well, then you can still use it without fearing that you're gonna get hacked. But at the same time, you type the passphrase completely on the keyboard. But it's a lot of work, right? Because it's enough for 2 words to be unknown, to know only the first couple of letters from them. And there are so many combinations and options that it takes effort to brute force it. Right, so we are back to this screen. I guess I'm gonna have to get one of these stream decks so I don't have to click mouse buttons or whatever every time I need to change something. So we are back to the CoinJoin strategy board, and I'm gonna choose minimize costs once again. But let me customize this and make the CoinJoin time preference by the hour. Click continue. CBS has been added. I need to type in the passphrase once again. So even if you do have the 12 words or you guess them, you still need the passphrase to be able to spend the coins. Otherwise, you can only see what's in my wallet at most, but you're not able to transfer the coins without the passphrase. Let's hope that this is fast. This time around, it's on the mainnet. Oh, come on. Please don't take 1 hour. Like, is this connected to Bitcoin Core like it should be? So the following configuration options were added or modified by Wasabi Wallet. So there should be a link between the full node and Wasabi. Let's hope that this goes on fast. I'm not very happy that I have to sit through this. So as you can see, Tor is running, backend is connected. There are 12 peers that are connected. Still waiting for this initial sync. That should not be happening. I'm not sure why this is going on. And it's not fast either, but it's still progressing at least, so it's not stuck. I remember yesterday I got stuck at 33%, and that was super frustrating. So let's see what else we have here while we wait and hope for the best. It was 2 hours, now it's 1 hour 27 minutes. There's some progress, I guess. So we have add wallet, we have broadcaster to broadcast transactions. There are legal documents to display terms and conditions. Manage general settings. Manage Bitcoin settings. So you can still do that by going here. You have general and Bitcoin. User guides and docs, report a bug. I guess I'll have some reports to do afterwards. And still, I have to do this disclaimer. My podcast, Bitcoin Takeover, is sponsored by Wasabi Wallet, but they did not pay me anything to do yesterday's video and today's video. This is more like a personal curiosity, as I first interviewed Adam Fixor, the creator of Wasabi Wallet. Noparo73 is his nickname. I interviewed him in 2019 for my podcast, and then 2018 for my previous job. I was editor at Crypto Insider and I was doing interviews. So I did interview him at the time, and he told me that he's already working on a more advanced, from a cryptography point of view, version of Wasabi. And he hired some people, and he told me that lots of talented cryptographers were working on Wasabi 2.0. And then I had Max Hilbrand later in 2020, I think. And he also explained to me what Wabi-Sabi is and how it's going to be this revolutionary CoinJoin implementation. And I was super hyped, but that was 2020. And we're in 2022, so it's been 2 years. And when he told me that, I guess they were working on it for a few months. Right now it's been 2.5 years, and I'm excited because I've been waiting to see how this works. I was also a visitor at the Wasabi Wallet HQ, and I did a video at their offices in November, and they were hard at work. Even at the time, they were hoping for a sooner release. They were hoping for Christmas time or whatever. Then they pushed it. Last month, they wanted to release on Pizza Day, which was the 20-something of May. And they did not because they wanted to test it more. They released another testnet version, and they allowed for more bugs to get reported. And now this is the first release on the mainnet. As far as I know, they did do some CoinJoins on the mainnet, but internally with their team members. And right now, if I am able to bypass this annoying syncing screen, which seems to take too much time when it should not. I mean, come on. This node is perfectly fine, useful, and ready to go. But I was speaking about bits and I want to show you something cool. So you can basically use bits in Bitcoin Core. Of course, you can use Satoshis if you're in the cult of Satoshi, but you can use bits, and 1 Bitcoin equals 1 million bits. Today, if 1 Bitcoin is $21,000, 1 bit is 2.1 cents. If we are able to pump the bit to $1, then that's a huge accomplishment. That's some very shitcoiny mindset that seems to work so well with human psychology. People who think, oh, this is so cheap, we should get as many of it as we can before it goes up to $1. So it's still at 7%, and I'm not very happy because I was hoping to register a CoinJoin round, but it seems that it's busy syncing. Let me check the comments on YouTube. There is one person watching. Thank you, person who's watching. I very much appreciate your time and involvement. So I'm thinking maybe I can stop the stream right now. I take a break. I kill the mosquitoes in my room because there's too many of them and I'm not gonna be able to sleep at night. And then I come back when this is synced and I show you how the CoinJoin can be done. Because it's kind of absurd to wait for such a long time. If you're watching this and you're thinking of how you're gonna spend the time waiting, you can also sync this yourself to participate because that's super useful. And it's kind of exciting. You're gonna be part of the first people to use Wasabi 2.0. Or if you want to read something interesting, go to btctkvr.com, which is... Wait, it's not correct. btctkvr.com, which is an abbreviation for Bitcoin Takeover. And there's a free magazine that awaits you to read online. It has 2 volumes. You can even listen to a podcast episode or whatever. There's a lot of cool stuff. I'm working on so much, and I still have like 5 or 6 unpublished podcast episodes that I hope will get released soon. I'm also working on a music project, which is gonna be basically parodies of popular rock songs, but adapted about Bitcoin. So to the one person who's watching right now, you get to know that I'm working on a version of Alice in Chains' Rooster, and it's called Fudster. And I have the lyrics on my desk. I've been recording. I did the vocal track, I did the instrumentals. I just need to sit down and mix it and put it together and make it like a proper song. And after I finish the audio, I'm gonna do a short video with all sorts of images. So yeah, I keep myself busy working on Bitcoin projects that tend to be very creative, I guess. 9%. It says 1 hour 39 minutes. I'm not gonna make you wait for such a long time. So I'm gonna stop it here and I'm gonna be back. Maybe it will take less than 1 hour 38 minutes. But I'm gonna be back when this finishes and we're gonna try to join some CoinJoins after that happens. So thank you for being here and I will be back with a second part to this video.